So basically, my points are as to why it favors defense is. Yeah, it favors defense is because you can run away for free. The characters in the roster, a majority of them are like not really usable at the highest level. With the PTS characters especially, since of their small hitboxes. So you can't really use their like combos aggressively along with their jutsus. Like it's not really. For example, this jutsu is more effective defensively than aggressively, to be honest, because it doesn't have much stun or block damage. And like the only way you can use it aggressively is if you pair it with strike back, so you can get a conversion off it after.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Okay, a lot of people just stand there and do this, right? They just block. Maybe not at your level, like where the people you're fighting at the highest level.
Oh, I do
even
that.
Then, sometimes they do that, right? But once I do this, what do you guys do? What are your top
speed
players
dash.
do?
Speed dash.
Right?
If you
I'm open. But what can I do?
Counter.
I can cancel in between this point and the point where I touch. I can cancel. So yes, I can do this, but I can cancel in between. Right? So one of the best ways that I've found to run away is I can do 2 or 3 of those in a row, no problem. And if you dash at me like this, which a lot of people do, it's 100% guaranteed as long as there's no inputs, no missed inputs, or no what's it called, like a bad netcode delay or whatever, right?
True back and switch.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
so if I don't have a switch, 100% guaranteed.
Okay, good correction. Thanks for catching me on that one.
No problem.
But something I like to do is this, because it really looks like I'm being sloppy, right? So I mean, that's just another way to run. Or even if we want to change the terminology, another way to not play the game and to stall, right? Like you can like, I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could stall out the entire clock for the 8 or 10 minutes, or however long it is. Right? But how, like, what would be the purpose of that? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun would that be for you?
0. 0. That's why I don't do it. I can have the option to, and I'll be pretty good at it. Is that fun for me? Not at all. That's why you never see me do it. Even if I'm losing, I still won't do it because it's not fun.
So why is that not fun for you to have that, to take that option into your hands?
Because there's no engagement. Obviously, I play fighting games to have a back and forth, to have an exchange of fists. If I'm running away like this, there's no exchange. If I wanted to play a running game, I'd go play Sonic or something. I don't know, something else. Something else. I didn't come on Naruto to run away. Essentially, obviously, that's a valid playstyle, especially at competitive level when you have the health lead. Is it fun for me? No, and I feel like a lot of players would agree with that statement as well. But at the end of the day, it depends on your playstyle. For example, 2-year players, a lot of 2-year players play like that. Abuse the Doki, run away, use it as a shield. Not all 2-year players play like that, because some people actually go for like the stun locks that she has, and setups or combo setups. But a lot of 2-year players play like that because it's easy, it's safe, it's hard for players to punish, especially if they don't know the tech. So it's an easy way to win, especially at high ranks, when you know what to do and abuse to use Doki or summoning.
So, knowing that, do you think that how much of an effect does playing defensively in Naruto Storm 4 have based on a map selection in the particular map that you're on?
I don't think it has an effect that much. I don't think it has a large effect or a significant effect, only because people that play like that are going to play like that regardless, especially if they view your aggression as a threat, especially at the top level. But bigger maps make running more effective. That's what it is. So obviously your running away is going to be more effective because you can run away for longer since the map size. If we pick the small map like that sand map, I completely forgot what it's called, your running away is less effective as you can't run away for long. You're going to hit a wall faster than you would hit a wall on this map.
Yeah, that's true.
Therefore it's less effective.
That sand map is definitely one of the best in the game, in my opinion, for just having a tight... It's almost like a boxing arena.
Literally.
It's like, that's it. This is what the arena size is, and and it's not like it's the whole stadium. That wouldn't work too well, right? It wouldn't be an exciting experience. And a lot of people like boxing, they like UFC, and I think that the ring is a size for a reason.
Literally, I agree. Like, the only way you're gonna run away on that small map is if you master kunai dodging, but that's more dodging than running away.
Which is skill based, right?
Exactly.
And timing based.
Exactly. Like, running away can be skill based, but not so much so, I believe, anyway.
So I guess if I were to answer that question too, and to not overlap anything you said, I would say I'm not actually sure how much the map has an effect on how defensive the game is, but I feel a lot more comfortable playing on a smaller map. That's just me,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's definitely easier to catch your opponent on a smaller map. 100%. Because their running away is less effective. You can dash cancel less. On a bigger map, I'm gonna have to dash cancel more. Especially if I'm facing an opponent that can read my chakra dashes.
Oh, we both dash canceled without touching each other. That was the most insane dash cancel.
The tech, we love to see it. Come on. But yeah, if you've mastered dash cancelling, then you can catch running away pretty quickly, especially if they rely on the counter mechanic. A very easy way to counter-based defense. If you haven't watched my tutorial, watch it. But yeah, like you see me abuse it a lot, dash cancelling. Like, not a lot of players use it, even among the pros. They don't actually abuse it. Pros use it, but they don't abuse it. Like,
dash cancel?
It's a great way to bait counters, especially at this distance. Everyone counters, even among the pros, top players. Everyone and their mum counters at this distance. So if you master it and you're able to continuously dash cancel at this distance, like I'm doing now, even in 2 bars, it's a great way to bait counters. The only problem is it's hard for me to punish because of switching. If they have a switch resource, they can literally switch and cancel the recovery frames of the counter, so they can make themselves safe very quickly. But it's still a great way to bait out counters.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, using that one technique, I actually defeated a very strong player the other day, and if I didn't use that technique, I wouldn't have had a chance against him. And for some reason, he wasn't using it, even though he was just an absolute monster at the game. And I was, and that was the difference. It was I won by like 1%, but I mean, I can 100% tell you that was the difference. I baited out, I think, 4 or 5 of his counters, which left him completely open just for some easy combo entries.
Beautiful stuff.
Subs. Yeah, he wasted subs, and then that was it.
That's what we like to see. But yeah, I feel like people don't use it because, one, it's a simple mechanic, so it's not flashy. It's not like Switch Tech or Juicy Buffers where you see it and it's just like, oh my days, how do I do that? It's quite simple. But because it's quite simple, it's really effective, and not a lot of people put the time in to master dash cancelling, even if it is very effective. I'm just gonna assume you're familiar with a counter-based defense.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically Wizard uses it. So Stormfall Wizard, you've seen gameplay of him. So he uses a counter-based defense. He likes punishing dashes with a counter or a counter parry. Okay. Counter for the O-key, counter parry for the instant punish. So what I'll do is jump and highlight my chakra. So as soon as they see that, a lot of players counter on instinct, and it's very hard to overcome your instinct in the heat of battle. So that's also another great way to bait out counters. I'll literally jump and do that and wait. Then as soon as I see the counter, I'll punish.
That's actually super smart. I mean, it worked on me.
So it's effective even amongst the highest level. Like, literally I'll wait, and then if I feel like they're gonna switch and counter again, I'll do a switch combo, since switch combos can't be counted. Or I'll do a grab, since grabs can't be countered. And then if I have a strike back and my grab throws them away, I'll get a convert. Or if I'm using Hanzo who can convert after his grab, I can get a grab conversion. While grab conversion, combo conversion off. But that's really just mind games. It's not really a mechanic to counter, running away or playing defensively.
I agree, but I still think it's a tool in a tool belt that a lot of people probably don't use or think about.
Yes, I agree, 100%. But
psychological warfare.
Literally, bro. But a tool that I can actually counter running away is the charge lash that they added in Stormfall. So a lot of people know it. It's this one. Very useful for catching people that are running away.
What's the distance on that?
It's almost full screen, but not quite. Oh, is it full screen? Really? Wait, hold on. If you stand still. Oh, it is full screen. Crazy.
Full screen. Let's go.
I didn't know. I didn't know that did that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
And it's a lot slower as well. That's crazy. I didn't know it went full screen. That's new.
Alright, well I mean now that's something very important to mention to people, right? Is that anywhere they are in the map, they just have to do a charge dash if they really want to catch that distance. So that's just another way that, I don't know.
To catch someone.
Yeah, to catch someone, but I mean how effective is it though?
It's not, it's effective against casuals, not effective against veterans, because if you do a charge dash... Alright, let's round start. Yeah, if you do a charge dash... Boom, punished you.
Yeah. It's usually a telegraph way to say, hey, get a free substitution out of me.
Literally.
So you basically have to trade a free substitution, maybe some damage, for the distance, right?
That's if you don't cancel it. Cancel your charge dash. So for example, punish me the same way I punished you. Then I can do that. Boom. And I've punished you for trying to punish me.
So then the only thing you traded was a bit of chopper.
Exactly.
And some of your
switch
support
resource.
gauge.
Yeah, but it depends on your character's hitbox. If I'm using someone like Itachi, which doesn't have the biggest hitbox, but his combos come out fast, I can punish you after you dash me. Or if I'm using someone like Sage of Six Paths Madara, Last Naruto, Yugito, characters that are known for their hitbox, I can literally mash you out as soon as you dash.
So what are the issues with the game being too defensive and not favoring aggressive players, in your opinion? Like,
well, yeah, I can only speak for myself.
How does it take away from the game?
It makes the game more about running away rather than exchange of fists or outplaying your opponent at close or medium range. Because you'll see it with my matches with like Spades or Django, like, you know, or Reach, like all those players play aggressive. Or play a mixture between aggressive and defense. It's not solely defense. So you'll see an exchange of fists, exchange of blows. Like, it's more, I find it more entertaining to watch, and it's more fun to play for me personally. Obviously that will vary depending on player, and obviously I'm not expecting you to play like this if you're playing at a competitive level, whether that's first to 5 tournament or a money match, because at the end of the day you're playing for win, you're not necessarily playing for fun. So you're gonna choose the best strategy to win regardless of how boring it is. But yeah, I'm talking about if you're playing for fun and you just want to play some competitive matches, whether that's ranked, you know, with your friends or whatever, running away isn't fun to play for me personally. It's not, running away isn't fighting, and that's why I came on the game. That's why I jumped on the game, to fight, not to run away.
There you go, the truth. You know, I do feel the same way, really. And yeah, I just agree with what you said, for sure. You know, there's some unique ways to run away as well, right? Or stall out the game, and one of those is, I think it's Tayuya. One of her monsters that comes out, you can just keep it there. I think it's the biggest one. You can just keep it there, and then people run into it, and it absorbs things for free. And
it doesn't disappear unless you disappear it yourself.
So what do you think of a mechanic like that, where I think that's unique to just her, right? Like, obviously not a lot of people are using that strategy, but it is in the game.
It is. I feel like more
what's
people...
your opinion on that?
It's a cool strategy. I feel like it'd be better if they added a health bar to like the summoning, so you can't abuse it. Like, you actually have to manage the resource. So let's say 3 jutsus and it disappears. Like summonings, like in the anime, summonings don't stay out forever. After a certain amount of damage, they disappear. Or they say, hey Naruto, I'm out. So they should apply the same logic to the game. After a certain amount of damage, give it a health bar, or maybe when it takes 3 jutsus or 2 jutsus, whatever, it disappears. So your player, instead of abusing it for free, they actually have to manage it as a resource. So those players that are hard to catch with Yuya, it's actually because they're good and they're managing their resources more, not because Yuya is a broken character, let me spam her summonings and run away for free. So yeah, that's how I'd counter it. Obviously, there's ways to counter it, as certain jutsus go through the Doki. If you grab Tayuya while her Doki's out, it will disappear. And if you hit Tayuya with a jutsu that has a cutscene, it will also disappear.
I think that was well said. That makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So you had mentioned that you could run away for free, and some of those ways are ninja movement, kunai, and walking. Did you want to maybe demonstrate some of that for me?
Sure.
Okay, it's okay. We just keep trying. Oh wow, that's 3 times.
So all that time I spent running away, I used 1 chakra dash, but before that I wasn't spending any resources, and you were spending your chakra resources to catch me.
Honestly, that was a horrible feeling. Like, it didn't feel good. Like, it just felt like it was really difficult to get to you, and it was, I don't know. It's like what you said before. It just felt like we weren't really playing the game at all. We were just running away and nothing was happening. Yes, it's stalling, but at the same time, I don't know what it feels like for the other player, but for the player trying to catch the other person, it just doesn't feel that great. And I don't really know when I'm gonna catch you or how.
Exactly. Obviously, you can use double dashing. You can use spark dashes, so like that, to catch them quickly. But that's all using up resources when I can run away for free. And even if you use that, it's not guaranteed that you're going to catch me. Obviously, it's not guaranteed that I'm going to dodge. But even if I try and dodge or run away, I'm still spending no resources. But the fact that you can spend resources and it's not a guarantee that you're going to catch me makes the game favor defensive play over aggressive play, because you can't attack me, or you can't chase me for free, but I can run away for free.
Wow, you actually can for free. That's insane. So what do you think that the developers of this game, CC2 and Bandai Namco, what do you think that they could have done differently to maybe fix some of these things or make the experience better or more balanced? If anything, if we could just balance defense and aggression, right? Like, it does really seem like it's more tilted towards defense. So what could have they done different?
That's a good question. I guess you could make the guard weaker when you're doing this, jumping in the same spot, so players get punished for using the same technique over and over. Like, I'm not saying like it needs to go to red after like 1 chakra dash, but make it weaker than it currently is. So players get punished for using that technique.
You know, my only issue with that is I don't really want to punish people for movement, and I feel like every single game they keep at some level they do that, and it does help some things, but then it makes some things worse in the game. You know, so like I think it was in Storm 3, you could cancel out of your combo and do a grab, but you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why they took it out. It reduced the style in the combos. Like, I don't know why they did that. That wasn't so much of a balance change, and it made for like good mix-ups as well during combos, or when you're trying to predict when someone's gonna sub. So I genuinely don't know why they took it out. But with me making the guard weaker while you're jumping in the same spot, it's not punishing movement. You're not really moving too much when you're doing this.
So, you know, and it's okay for us to have different opinions, but and maybe it's just that I don't fully understand, right? So, why did you suggest that? Like, what is the benefit in your mind for that? Maybe I just don't really understand it.
So it just makes... Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, how does that, you know, fix the solution of running away for free?
Oh, it wouldn't fix that solution. I don't think you should punish players for, like, for example, with the kunai dodge, that takes skill. Like timing, prediction, reaction, all of that good stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily do anything to that.
Okay.
But essentially, I'm just trying to make defense less strong than it is currently. So if you're aggressive you're not punished as much for being aggressive, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Obviously, if there's a way to punish this anyway. Once your opponent lads, you can just double dash. And when you double dash, it doesn't cost chakra if you do it correctly.
I'll do this, and then you can show us.
So you can literally, boom. You have no options
so
apart from
once
dashing.
his feet hit the ground.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually amazing.
So that's why I always do. Obviously, there's a counter to it. You can dash me, but if you dash me, it will clash with my first dash, and then I can punish you, like you just showed there.
Nice.
And if you try counter,
it looks like
won't
we
work.
both did the same thing, but you did it a little faster, and then you had priority. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what else would you change?
I'm not. That's why I'm not sure. Obviously, if you've got any more ideas, you let me know. But obviously, you don't want to shift the equilibrium of the game too much. Otherwise, it might favor aggression over defense. You kind of want to keep it balanced, which is hard for fighting games in general, anyways. But I don't want to punish players for movement. Like they've already made Storm more stiff over the patches, unfortunately.
I completely agree with you. It kind of feels like, I think my first impression of Storm 3 from when I was playing in Generations a long time ago was that the game felt like the character was on a railroad track. You know? So
It just felt terrible.
as you get deeper into the game mechanics, you can do a lot of great things, but that was the initial feeling for me, and I think it pretty much stayed like that.
Yeah, no, honestly.
I think that's for sure.
100%. There's so much tech that you can do with it. I'm so glad they added it into the game. Like, it gave you so many more options, whether that's playing defensively or aggressively, so it's definitely a welcome addition, 100%. But, what was I gonna say?
Oh yeah, it's okay, we're just kind of thinking about stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how you'd balance it, to be honest.
Okay, so let's think about that.
But in terms of the counter, I feel like there needs to be a visual indicator as when the counter has ended. So like, most players just react depending on timing, but as you can see, there's no visual indicator to indicate when the counter active frames have ended. So I feel like they should add that.
Yeah, like he's still holding his hand seal up for a long time.
So you don't really know when it's safe to punish.
Okay, let me try. How about you counter on the ground and I'll try to dash you after. We'll see how active. Go ahead. Okay, hold on. I'll dash and basically just counter a little later. I'm gonna do a charge dash.
I can't counter yet.
Do it again. That's okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty long. Like the animation of the spherical animation within another sphere it looked like it had gone for a while.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone when it's still active, so they definitely 100% need to add a visual indicator so you know when to punish someone when they're spamming counter or have a counter to his event, because literally right now players are just going off feeling or experience because they've learned the timing, but obviously it's not 100%. But if there was a visual indicator, that would help.
I'm just gonna keep it basic. I'm gonna say thank you very much for having me in this video, E. I really appreciate it. I had tons of fun with you, and I think this is gonna help a lot of people. So make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and as always, don't lose to fear. Peace.
Come on, let's get stronger together. See you guys later. Peace out.
They forgot we gave them hope. I was spend time on that corner, just set me 100 up. Straight with that dog on my hip, shit, the cops was running up.